Hello traders, this is AJ, and in this video you are going to build your first trading robot in just few minutes. So without further ado, let's roll in the intro and then get right into it. Hello again traders, and let me start by saying that building a trading robot right now is one of the most mysterious topics in trading for retail traders. People ask me a lot of the time, hey, how am I actually going to automate my trading system? How am I going to tell the computer or the trading platform to buy when I should buy or sell when I should sell? Am I going to have to write thousands of lines of code in a black screen, or even better, in a 20 multiple black screens? And the short answer is absolutely not. In matter of fact, automating your trading system, building your trading robot is actually very easy. And in this short tutorial, I'm going to walk you through building a complete robot from scratch. And we are going to start with what you are seeing right here, which is the Metatrader 4 platform. Now this is a trading platform. If you are not familiar already with it, it's just a trading platform where you can open and close your orders. And this platform is free. Now what I am going to go over right now is you are going to see this icon right here. And this yellow icon, if we click on it, then another program will open. And this program is called the Metatrader Editor, or the Meta Editor. And in this program is where we actually going to do all of the magic. We are going to automate our trading system right here. And half of our time, if not even more than that, that we will spend while building our trading robot will be in this program right here. So in this program, the first thing that you want to do is to go to New, this button right here, and you will click on it. And then make sure that you want to build an expert advisor. You have multiple options right here. And we are going to build an expert advisor, a trading robot, an expert advisor, automated trading system. All of these terms are the same thing. So expert advisor, and then we click on next. And right here, we simply call it whatever. Let's call it the best robot in the world. And then don't worry about anything else. You simply will click next after you name your robot. Don't worry about any of this right here. In matter of fact, I'm not even sure I know what these options are, even after 4 years with working with algorithmic trading. So you really don't need to know what this is. Just click next and then also finish, and then voila, you have this in front of you. So let me close this left tab and let me minimize this bottom section. And what you see right here is the template of your trader robot. Now, if you have no idea of what you are looking at right now, then don't worry, because you are not alone. I myself don't have any idea of what I am looking at right now. I never bothered with my years of working with automated trading to know what these lines of code do, because you don't need to. The only thing that you have to worry about right here is that you will have 3 different sections. And I'm going to go over them right now. So this is going to be the first section, and therefore this will be the second section, and the third section will be this section right here. And in the third section is where we are going to spend most of our time. So you will not need to worry about anything that is above this third section. And right now, after we reach this step right here, I want to take a break, take a step back, and teach you about the theory of how this will work, because you have to understand that before you start to build your trading robot. So let us put our attention into this section right here, which is void on tick. Now you really don't need to know what void means or on tick means, because that really doesn't matter. What you need to know is that inside this portion right here, this is where you are going to write down the logic of your trading system. So for example, if you want to buy the market once the previous candle closed bullish. So if the previous candle closed bullish, then you want to buy the market. Then that is a line of logic, and you will simply say it right here. For example, you are going to say, "Hi, Metatrader. I hope you are fine." Well, you actually don't need to say that, but I'm just trying to explain to you. So you say, "Hi, Metatrader. I want you to buy if the previous candle closed bullish." So I'm telling the program, I am building my robot, and in the first command of the logic is that I want to buy the market if the previous candle is bullish. That's it. It is as simple as that. Of course, the syntax of the command is not like this. We are going to go over it in a bit, but for explanation purposes, this is actually good. So let us go to the chart to briefly explain to you what are we going to actually code, our trading system. It's going to be very, very simple, and actually I really don't know what the performance will look like, so I'm really, really excited to see that. And the trading system will be a very simple. If we are below the 200 moving average in the daily time frame, then we are going to sell the market. If we are above the 200 moving average, then we are going to buy the market. And our exact rule is that the previous candle have to close above or below the moving average. So if for example, this right here, in this portion right here, where we spiked above the 200 moving average, but we didn't manage to close above it, then we are not going to buy. We are going to hold on into our sell position. Only after this happens, then we are going to buy the market, and so on and so forth. So let us go back right now to the Metatrader Editor. And the first thing is we are going to tell the program is, I want you to compare the current, or I want you to compare the previous close to the 200 moving average price and see which is bigger. So we are going to say if, and that is true this time. We should actually write it like that, if, and then we open the parentheses and we say if the close price of the previous candle. So how can we get to that data? Well, we simply type close, a capital C, and then close. And whenever we write down this word, then we are referring to the price level of a close of a candle. Now the second thing is we have to specify which candle that we want to take the close price of. Is it the previous candle, or maybe it is 2 candles away or 3 candles away, or the current candle? What is the candle that we want to take the close price of? Well, to do that, we are going to open a bracket and then close it. And inside these brackets, we are going to specify the exact candle that we want to read the close price of. And in our case, it will be 1. And let me show you why. Because in MetaTrader 4 platform, the count of the candles, all of these candles are actually numbered. And the first candle, or the most recent candle, which is going to be this one right here, the number of this candle will be 0. And then this candle will be numbered 1, and this will be number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on and so forth. And if we are looking at this live, then this will be candle number 0, and therefore this will be candle number 1. And remember, our logic, we want to look at the previous candle that already closed, because this current candle is not, it's currently open, it didn't close yet. So we are going to write down the close of 1. And then we are going to compare that to the price of the 200 moving average. So we are going to say, hey, if the close of 1 is bigger, so this is our buy condition. If the close of candle 1 is bigger than the 200 moving average. And referring to the 200 moving average, we are going to simply type the letter I, which refers to indicator, and then a capital M, and then a capital A. So indicator of moving average, as simple as that. And all of the indicators are referred to as this way. If we want to use, for example, MACD, then it will be IMACD, and so on and so forth. The RSI, IRSI, and that's it. So after we type down the IMA, we are going to open a parenthesis, and once we do that, you're basically done, because right now all of the inputs that you want to type in, the Metatrader Editor is giving you a hint of what these inputs should be. So the first input will be in what market, or what is the symbol that you want to take the reading from. And in this case, we will always simply type down simple, and we will type it like this, and that's it. And if we do that, then we will always look at the actual symbol that we will attach the trading robot to. So if we attach the trading robot to this chart right here, then it will always look for Aussie dollar only, because we are attaching it to Aussie dollar. If we attach it to pound dollar, then it will only look at the pound dollar market. So we will leave it like that, and with all of the indicators, simply leave it like that, and then type down a comma, and then enter the time frame. And also the same story with the time frame. We only want to look at the period that we are going to attach it to, and to do that we are going to only type down 0. So right now we are in the 4 hours time frame. If we attach the robot to this time frame, then it will only take the input from the 4-hour time frame. If we want the robot to take the input from the daily, then we have to simply switch to the daily time frame. So right here, we will always leave it with 0, and then hit comma, the period. So the period of the moving average, that will be 200, another comma, the shift. So what the shift refers to is that which value you want to take the 200 moving average input from. So to explain that, let us go back to the chart, to this chart right here. And remember that this will be the value of 0, candle number 0, and this candle number 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Now right here, we want to take, this is the 200 moving average, and we want to take the value that is associated with candle number 1, not candle number 0, with candle number 1. And this is the value right here that we want. So in the shift input, we will simply type 1 and then hit a comma. And now the input after that will be something called MA method. And this is simply what is the moving average type that you want to use. Is it an exponential moving average or a simple moving average? And we always want, and not always, but in this case, we want to use the simple moving average, and we refer to that as 0. And if you don't know this information but you want to find out, then you simply go right here to help. You click on it, and then you click on MQL4 reference. And after you do that, then right here, I already did it. So you simply in the search box, you type IMA, the moving average indicator. And once you do that, you click on it, and then you will have the multiple inputs right here. And then we are interested in the MA method right here. So we click on it, and that's it. The simple moving average is number 0. Exponential is 1, and so on and so forth. So we want the simple moving average, and that is why we are going to type 0. And then we hit a comma, and right now the calculation of the moving average, so it takes the price of every candle, and we have 4 possibilities of the price that we can take. We can take the price of the open, or close, or high or low of the candle. We always want to take the high of the candle, and to refer to that we type price high, and then we hit comma and then shift, and for the shift we simply keep it 0. We put it as 0, and that's it. So right now, to recap, we compare the price level of the close of the previous candle to the moving average, the 200 moving average in the daily time frame. And then therefore, after we do that, we close the if statement, and then we hit enter, and then we open it right here, and we close it using these symbols. And right here inside this function, if this if statement is true, then we are going to do something inside right here. If this if statement is not true, then we are simply going to ignore whatever we write down inside, and it will not be triggered. So right now, if the close of the previous candle is above the 200 moving average, then we want to buy the market. And in order to do that, then we will say order send. So that is the syntax of buying or selling. So order send, and then we open it. And again, constant string simple. If you remember, we simply type down simple. And let me just tell you right now, what you are learning right here, you will apply it in most of the other functions in this language. So you only have to learn these few things or few tricks only one time, and then you will apply it everywhere. So that is why this actually is very easy. It's very easy to learn how to code. And then once we type in the comma, then the command. So what you want to actually open, is it a buy limit or a sell order at market, or what is it exactly? So we are going to say operation, and then we underscore, and then we are going to see the list of all of the things that we can open, and we want to buy the market, so we are going to hit that, and then another comma, double volume. So let's say I want to open with 1 lot. If you want to open with 1 minute, it will be 0.1. So we want to open with 1 lot, and then the price. So at what price you want to buy? Obviously we want to buy at market, and if you are going to buy, then we are going to buy at the ask price. And then slippage, and in this input right here, it refers to the allowed slippage. I simply put it as 100. And then the double stop loss, we are not going to have a stop loss for this, so we are going to hit 0. If we type in 0, then it means that we don't want a stop loss for this buy order. And then comma for the take profit, same story, 0. And then if you want to have a comment attached to the order, so if we don't want that, then we simply type in null, and then the magic number, keep that as 0. You don't need to know what that is, just keep it as 0. And then the expiration, keep that as 0 2, and then if you want to have a color for the buy order, we simply say color blue, and then we close it, and after we close it we type in the semicolon, and that's it. Right now we said, hey, if the price is above the 200 moving average, then we will open a buy order. Now what we are going to do after we did that, we are simply going to copy all of this. So Control C, and then right here Control V, we are going to paste it again. And can you guess what are we going to do right here? Well, simply we are going to just flip it upside down for the sell order. So if the close of the previous candle is lower than the 200 moving average, then we want to sell the market, and that's it. And I just noticed that I based the 200 moving average in the high. Now we want to base it on the close. That is a typo, and that's it. You have a full trading robot right now, but we have to keep in mind, where are we actually going to close our order? So let us say that we opened the buy order right here. So we close above the 200 moving average right here, and then we open a buy order. And then we keep the buy order open, and and then right here, once we actually close below the 200 moving average, we want to actually do two things right now. The first thing we want to do is we want to close our already opened buy order, and then after that we want to open a sell order. So we will have to add one last line of code. And so we are going to say, if this statement is true, if we should open a buy position, then before we actually do that, I want you to close the existing open order. If there is no open existing order, then that's fine. But if there is an open existing order, then I want you to close that first. And in order to do that, we are going to say order close, and then in ticket, so we are going to say order ticket, and then we are going to say that, and then double lot. So we opened with one lot, we want to close with one lot, and at what price we want to close at, then it will be a price of the bid, and then slippage 100 again, and then the color, let's say black. And then that's it, we close it. And actually before we even try to close the order, we have to do something, it's called selecting the order. And to do that, it's called order select, and then index, it will be 0, because it is the first order that is open, or the first order will be indexed 0, and then 1, 2, and so on and so forth. And we are going to say select by position. You don't need to understand what this is, just know that if you want to actually close an order, then these two lines will do it for you. That's actually how I do it myself, and that's it. And right now we are going to copy these two lines, and then we are going to paste them right here. And keep in mind that for the sell, this actually we are going to sell at the bid, and when we close it, we are going to close at the ask, and that is good. And I just discovered that there is a hole in our logic, and the hole in the logic is that, hey, we are going to buy if we are simply above the 200 moving average. So right here, once we close above the 200 moving average, our first buy, we are going to open it right here in this candle. But when we do the code, when we run the code in this day, then we are also going to buy, because we are still above the 200 moving average, and we are going to buy here again and then here again, and every day, every new day, we are going to buy the market again. But our trading system, we only want to buy the market once, so we are going to buy right here, and then we are going to keep our buy position until we actually close it right here. It will only be one order, and in order to fix that, then we are going to simply add another logic, and we are going to say, hey, if we close above the 200 moving average in the previous candle, but the candle before that closed below the 200 moving average, and therefore right now we are guaranteed that when we buy, it will only be one time at the cross, and the first crossover right here. So the previous candle has to close above the 200 moving average, and the candle before that closed below. So we are going to go right here, and in the if statement, this is going to be the first condition, and then to add another condition, we are going to write down the and then we are going to simply write down the second condition. It's that simple. So right here we are going to say and close of candle 2, so the candle before the previous candle, have to be lower than the 200 moving average. So I'm going to simply copy this and then paste it right here, and that's it. And this same logic or the same condition, I'm going to copy it from here and I'm going to paste it right here. Simply change that simple, and that's it. And right now we actually have a full trading robot that will execute its logic. And right now the only thing remaining that we should do right now is, let me maximize this, we should hit this compile button. And if we have an error in our code syntax, then we are going to see it here. If we don't have an error, then we will be good to go. So let us hit the compile button, and it looks like we don't have any error. Yes, 0 errors, but we have 12 warnings. Don't worry about the warnings, we will always have warnings. So 0 errors. Now we can move to the Metatrader 4 platform, and this wasn't open. So right here, the strategy tester icon, we simply click on it, and then in this arrow right here, we are going to see the list of all of our trading robots that we built, and we simply choose our trading robot that we want to test, and we called it the best robot in the world. If you remember, the time frame will be the daily time frame, and let's say that we are going to test it from the year 2013 until today, June of 2 in the year 2019. In order to do that right now, let us simply hit the start button, and then in few seconds, actually a fraction of a second, we tested 6 years and a half of historical data. Let us look at the equity curve, the performance, and here are the performance of the last 6 years and a half. Not bad, not bad at all. We ended in profit. So let us take a look at the report. So we have a profit factor of 1.59, and again, this is in the dollar-yen market, in the dollar-yen pair. So we have a profit factor of 1.59, we had a total of 57 trades, and we have basically all types of performance metrics right here. And if we want to take a look at the actual trades, then here are the actual trades that happened. And this right here is the dates of the trades. So am I going to trade this? Well, I have to say that the performance is not too bad because we ended up in profit. A bad performance will be if we end up in a loss. But I still wouldn't trade this necessarily because right here we have a drawdown that lasted from 2017 of April all the way to today. So it's basically about 2 years of drawdown, and I don't want to trade that. And here you go, we actually built a full trading robot from scratch, and we did that in only a few lines of code. And actually it's only one block, so it's only this block right here, and then we copied and pasted it and just changed the arrows, and that's it. So it's very simple coding. It's very simple, very easy. Imagine if you want to test this idea manually, then you will literally spend hours, tens of hours, going back in the chart and logging in every trade in the spreadsheet, and then calculating the performance in the spreadsheet and all of that. And not only this will actually do it for you in a fraction of a second, but it also can do it in any time frame for you and any market. So if you want to test different time frames, so let's say we want to test the 4 hours time frame. Before we do that, let us make sure that we do have enough data in the 4 hours time frame, and we want to maybe also test it in the 1 hour time frame and 5 minutes time frame, and we can do all of that in just clicking the start button. So right here in the 4 hours time frame, we have basically the data up to January 2016, let's say. So from January 2016 in the 4 hour time frame, then this is the performance of the 4 hour time frame. If we want to test it in, let's say, the hourly time frame, so in the hourly time frame we can do that as well. So from 2018 of May, 2018 of May, and that will be May 1st, and the hourly time frame, we can do this, and in a fraction of a second we can have the performance. If you do this manually, it will be tens, and if you do it for multiple markets, then it will be hundreds of hours. And actually this is how I used to do it. I was spending literally hundreds of hours just doing the backtest, but right now I just have to write down the code, and basically, and to write down this code, it will only take me around 5 minutes or maybe even less. It took me this long this time because I am explaining it to you at the same time. So in 5 minutes, that's it. Right now, what we are going to do is why we are doing this in the first place, which is trading this trading system live. How are we actually going to do that? Well, we are going to go to simply the Metatrader 4 platform, and then we are going to hit this star button, the navigator, and right here we are going to see the list of all of the trading robots that we have, and our robot will be one of them, the best robot in the world. We are going to simply click on this, drag it, and drop it in the chart that you want to trade. Now again, we chose the dollar-yen, the daily time frame chart, and I already attached it, so that's why I'm having this message right here. I'm just saying yes, and in the inputs, this is what you are going to see. If you are doing it the first time, then you click on the comment tab and make sure that you click on the allow live trading, and then hit OK. And also make sure that this button is green. If it is not, then it will be like this. It's a red button or a red symbol. Then click on it until you see the green play button, and that's it. The best robot in the world is currently live, and we are going to open and close the orders when the market open as per the logic of our trading system. And this is really, that's it. we just built a trading robot from scratch all the way to the point where we started to trade it live automatically. And I really hope that right now the mystery that is out there of machine learning, artificial intelligence, trading robots, algorithmic trading, and all of these scary terms is not there anymore, because basically this is how it's being done. We simply code the logic in a platform like this, and after we code the logic of the program or of the robot, then we simply run it live on the trading platform. And that is it. You should be able to do it right now yourself. And obviously I'm not going to actually trade this trading system because we didn't develop it the right way. It was just for an explanation purposes. However, if you know how to develop trading systems the right way, then let me show you the power of what that can achieve. This is our verified trading account. And just now recently we opened a new account where we decided to pump up the risk to the maximum, and we have made this amazing return. For example, in the month of May, which just closed right now, we've made 57% return in closed profit. However, just to not misguide you, the equity, the open P&L right now is at 95%. So this is actually 52%. So we have made 52% return in only 1 month. And the month before it, we've made about 38%. The month before it, it's March, we have made 4.8%. But let me tell you that we have actually started on March 28th. So in 2 days only we have made this 4.81%. And this is the power of what automated trading can do for you, because all of the trading systems that we are trading right here in this portfolio, and also in the previous portfolio that we run the low risk on in this trading account, all of them are automated trading systems, and all of them, we built them right here in the Metatrader Editor, just like I showed you right now. So if you are interested and you want to master automated trading, then we offer a personal mentorship program. And not only that, but if you actually join the program, then we are going to give you 3 of our own automated trading systems that we are currently trading in this portfolio that you see. If you are interested in that and you want to know the details, then send us an email at aj@ajcapitalmanagement.com and we will take it from there. Until then, as always, don't let anyone tell you what you can or cannot do. Prove them wrong and keep going.